Hello friends, it's Intuitive Rene here. I hope you are well and welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you an interesting video. I have a new tarot deck which I wanted to show you, and there's a little bit of a backstory to this deck, and yeah, so you might recognize, those of you who do read tarot or are familiar with tarot, you may recognize this deck. And this is the Gilded Tarot deck by Ciro Marchetti, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. So I have a couple of different versions of this particular deck, and the deck that I want to show you today is the newest one, which I got in the post yesterday. But what I have laid out here in front of me is my original Gilded Tarot that I got. And this deck was my working deck for probably 10 years. And it's the deck I only use for 10 years. It is grubby. It is dirty, but I mean, just look how nicely it fans out. Just look how nicely it lays out, just to show you. So this deck, I actually cannot remember when I got it, and I also cannot remember, well, I don't have the original box for it anymore. You can see how dirty it is. Can you see how dirty and how used it is? Isn't it just beautiful? But let me tell you, this deck, I'm going to show you. So if I just hold it like that, place it on the table, I can just fan it out beautifully. Look at it. They're just exquisite. Most new decks that you get today, they stick and they clump and they do all sorts of strange things, but this is how I've always used this deck. I've always fanned it out and said to my clients to choose cards randomly from different places within it, so it fans so beautifully. And as I said, when I first started doing tarot readings, this was my working deck. This was the deck that I used every single day, all day. And it is just, it's amazing. I love it. It's dirty. It's grubby. I haven't used it in a very long time. It now lives inside this gorgeous wooden box. This is its home. So it lives inside that box on my shelf, and it is kept very safe. So I have that one, and I'm just going to leave it there for now. That is the original, and this one came in a black box. It came with a beautiful black book. It came with a beautiful black velvet bag. It was quite a complete, well, it was quite a gorgeous kit that I got. Then this next one I have, you can see it is exactly the same. It's a lot cleaner, and this one comes in the Easy Tarot kit. Okay, so it comes in a, I don't have the big box for it anymore, but it's Gilded Tarot. It's the same, but it comes in the Easy Tarot kit. Okay, and that's this deck. And funny enough, I've always thought that these two decks were absolutely identical until a couple of minutes ago when I was preparing for this video. I put my original, and then I took the Easy Tarot and I placed it next door, and I was going to start the video like this, and then I suddenly realized, look at the color differences. And then you can't see, but I will show you, there's a substantial height difference as well, which I have never noticed before. So before we do anything further, never mind just looking at the dirt, but as you can see, there is a substantial height difference, which I think is I don't know if it's because my deck is so dirty and grubby, but you can see my deck sits quite close. There's no gaps. There's no, my cards are not bent in any way. But if we line these up, let's do it like this. If we put them against each other like that, and I just go, I don't know if I can do this the way I wanted it to, but it's that many cards. And that is quite, I don't know if my camera's going to focus on it. No, that's quite a substantial amount of card difference in height between the original Gilded Tarot and the Easy Tarot edition. So that was very interesting. So the color difference was also something that really jumped out at me, and I was like quite fascinated. So I'm going to take you through the differences between these two first, and then I will show you the new remake, the new remodeled Gilded Tarot. Okay. Oh, I seem to have lost one. Did I stick it at the back? I did too. Look at that. Sorry about that. So physically, size-wise, they are absolutely identical. Okay, there's no differences in size at all. But, oopsie, I've got to make sure I'm doing it the right way now. Okay, let's just bring them a little bit more into camera shot so that you can see. So I don't know if the color variations are going to show on camera, but one thing that stood out to me is how the Easy Tarot, and actually let's do that. I'm going to put that one there so that you know which is the Easy Tarot. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't have a box for this one, but these colors seem to be quite muted is the word I want to use. They're certainly not as bright and as vibrant, and I know this deck is old. This deck must be easily, gosh, 15 years old. I might be wrong, but I've been using it for a very long time. Whereas this one I've had for a while, but I haven't used it as much, but I have used it a fair bit. So, but I don't think that affects. I mean, even if you just look at the clouds here, you can see the difference. Just look at the detail on his stocking. The stocking is quite a brilliant white, and here there's quite a blue hue to his stocking. There just seems to be, even these ribbons, there seems to be a bit of color variation there. But now let's have a look at the Magician. So when you first look at it, they look the same, but look at the hair. You can see immediately there's a color difference in the hair. I mean, here he's more of a white gray. Here he's more of a gray. What was the other thing I noticed? On here, there's this blue light and this green and the blue lights that you see. They seem to be quite washed out in this deck, whereas here the coloring is quite bright. Skin tones are another thing I noticed. Okay, so on the Easy Tarot, the skin tones are quite, again, more pale, more muted, whereas they're certainly very vibrant there in the original. Again, that light stands out for me as quite distinctively different. The lighting in the sky is quite significantly different. Her veil, her clothing, you know, here again it's more white and here it's more transparent. I think it's actually quite easy to see right there. So definitely differences. The most striking difference here again is the skin tones. If I bring them closer, let's see if I can help the camera. Let's see if the camera will focus on it to show you the differences, if it's going to pick it up. I can't see if it is clearly visible or not, the color differences. Let's see what we notice here on these two, if the camera will focus again. I think these two, it's just maybe the blue is a little bit more royal blue here, but otherwise I think that one's quite a close. Let's turn those over. Quite close. On the Hierophant, as I'm looking at it here, it actually looks quite similar. I'm not noticing anything major there. But again, skin tones here are definitely a warmer tone than this slightly paler, more muted tone. The sea, I'm definitely getting a more vibrant red here. But again, I don't know if it's going to be visible on camera. Let's just do one more. Definitely a better purple, a more vibrant purple. Even the gold and the silver just seem to be more red and black. I'm going to put it that way. And I know that's not the right colors, but it just gives you an idea. So I've never done this comparison before, so it was very interesting for me to actually do that. So that is now the Easy Tarot Gilded version and the original Gilded Tarot by our dear friend. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Easy Tarot away. I'm going to put this one just off to the side, and I want to bring out the new one. Okay, so this is the new Gilded Tarot that has just been launched. This is the 2020. It is a Llewellyn publication. You can see there, Llewellyn publication. The box is just amazing. It's a simple box. It's a small box. It's not a complicated box. But it is absolutely awesome. So I like that it's just, I think you do get a kit which comes with the big book, but I didn't need the big book and I just wanted to have the cards. So yeah, it opens up, I don't know what you call it, but it opens up like that. You do get the little white book with it, which really is just a tiny, tiny book. Just to show you some of the text inside. It's literally a small paragraph for upright, a small paragraph for reversed, and it does that for all of them. It then goes through to the minor arcana, where you get even less of a paragraph for upright and less of a paragraph for reversal, but it's enough. You know, this is very much a RWS system, so if you are familiar with RWS, you won't have a problem connecting with the cards at all. Okay. And then right at the end, we've just got the 2 little spreads in the box. So it's good enough, even for a beginner. I think this is more than enough for a beginner to learn the cards. Okay, so that's the little white book that comes with the deck. And then in the box are the cards themselves. So let's take the cards out. Let's put the box out of the way. So these cards are not edged, but I'm okay with that. I only have recently started modifying an edging deck, so if I want to do that, I can. The backs are just absolutely exquisite. And just to show you the backs on the originals, so there's definitely some similarity. Okay, there's definitely, you can see the sun. You must remember that this deck has just been reworked. It is this exact same deck, but every single card has been reworked, modernized. The colors just made a little bit more vibrant. So it's just a, let's call it a modern version of the Gilded. Okay, so we have the same sun that's come through. We've got now 4 other suns, whereas here we had other details. So there are some slight differences, but this, I don't know what you call this, I want to call it chain pattern in the background, exists on the original as well. Oopsie, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. There's the chained pattern there. So there are a lot of similarities between the two. If I have to put them together, they are literally, I think, 1 or 2 card difference, but if I push down, they are exactly the same in height. So it's the same thickness, it's the same everything. Let's look at size. Exactly the same. Exactly the same size. Okay, so which is great. And I love the round corners. You know, again, we can see that this particular one has got a edge on it. It's got a border. This one is borderless. I love borderless. I'm a borderless girl. All right, so let's now, before I show them side by side, let's just take you through this particular deck on its own. It is amazing. The colors are just phenomenal. Actually, I think I'm going to zoom in. Let's see if we can zoom in, give you a better close-up. Right, camera focus. So we have the full card. The colors, I mean, I'm sure you can see on screen, they just pop. The fact that there are no borders just really does it for me. And I love how we've done the text at the bottom. So it's a tiny little box. Even though it's quite a wide one, it doesn't take anything away from the picture itself. And one of the things that also really jumps out at me with this new version is that every single card has got our dear friend's signature in it somewhere. So I noticed it. I think I was about halfway through the majors, and I thought, oh, there I see CM. There I see the initial CM. Then the next card I looked at, I found the CM as well. Then I went back to the full and I searched. I must admit that on a couple of cards, I haven't been able to find the signature. But while I have it on screen, I'd like you to look at this one and to see if you can find the CM signature, to show the artwork is original, to show that the artwork belongs to our dear friend Ciro Marchetti. So, have you found it? Just in case you didn't, there's the C, there's the M in the ribbon. Okay, isn't that amazing? All right, so that is the full card. This magician, sorry, I'm not centered. This magician, isn't it just remarkable? The colors are so bright, and I think I am a little bit, oopsie, losing color here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm not a videographer. There we go. Look at those colors. Just look at that expression on his face. It is just remarkable. The colors that are here, the purple on his cloak, you know, the expression on his face. And of course, I think I remember somebody saying that this is Ciro himself, but I'm not sure. And what we also need to do is we need to find the CM. And I think this was one of them where I didn't find it. Oh, no, found it. And I don't know if you're going to. Let me zoom in again. Sorry, I'm making you dizzy with all the zooming in and zooming out. Can you see over there? There is the CM. Okay, there's a signature there. Stunning. The High Priestess. This was a card that really, the colors blew me away. They are so vibrant. They are so crystal clear. There definitely seems to be some kind of clarity, some kind of of, I don't know how he's done it. This man is just absolutely phenomenal in his artwork. And I do think this was one of the cards where the CM eluded me, where I couldn't find his signature. So if you know, or if you've seen it, please put it in the comments below and let me know, because I need to know where all of them are. And in this one, I wasn't able to find it. But that's the High Priestess. The Empress card. So if you know Ciro's work, if you know what he does, if you know how he works, you will know that his Empress cards on every single deck is just phenomenal. He really puts a lot of effort into the Empress deck to really show her beauty, to show her strength, to show her ability to create life. You know, he really puts a lot of attention into her, and she really is exquisite. So she's all about, you know, she's all about the feminine, she's all about mother, she's all about creation, she's all about nurturing and all of that. And you can see it with the animals that he's chosen, with the layout, with the zodiac that she, and everything that's happening around her. Absolutely exquisite. And again, if you can find the CM, comment below and let us know. I can't remember if I found it on this one. I think I did not. So I think I am needing to know where his signature is on this card. So if anybody knows, let me know. And our Emperor, he is just so masculine, isn't he? Just he's phenomenal. And again, look at the colors. Just look how they pop, shine, stand out. Every color choice, it just brings out the warmth of the strength and the courage and the fiery energy of the Emperor, which is really phenomenal. I did find the CM here, but now for the life of me, there it is on the scroll. Can you see it there on the scroll? Isn't that awesome? Okay, then we have a Hierophant. And again, you know, Hierophant previously, I am going to do a side-by-side shortly, but the Hierophant previously wasn't as, you didn't have all this light coming. It wasn't as vibrant and as absolutely gorgeous as it is now. So the rework works, I have to say that. And I am more in love with this deck now than I have ever been before. Let's see if we can find our CM, because there's the C, there's the M. I don't know if you're going to see it there. There's the C and there's the M. Right, so you can see how these cards are just amazing. I am going to do the side by side just so that I don't make you waste too much of your time and look at the same cards over and over and over again. So I'm going to do it quite quickly. I'm going to zoom like that just so that when I move the card sideways, you can see. So immediately we can see that it's the same Joker. All right, the hat has been changed, the colors have been changed, his outfit's been changed, but you know, the ribbon is there. We've got the dog added in, which I think was you know, something that's needed. We all expect to see that with the full card, don't we? But otherwise, everything. I love how he's reworked the zodiac signs so that they just are clearer and they stand out more, whereas here I felt like the Cancerian, you know, and the Gemini were being a little bit lost, but now they stand out pretty clearly. Loving the butterfly that's been added in. So there's a couple of little touches. The sky is still beautiful in the background and shows that, you know, anything is possible. It could clear, it could start raining again. Everything is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So he's changed the character on the Magician card, but we've still got the same planet in the background. But previously, people were very unsure if that was like his, I don't know, the chakra above his head that was illuminating, whereas now it's quite pretty clear that it's a planet. So I know that there were some people who were confused about that previously, but we've got our elements. We had the, I don't know what the symbol is called, but whereas we've now got the infinity sign to show that it is ongoing. He's got all his tools, and I love that little smile on his face. You know, it's like a little smirk. He knows what he's capable of. He knows what he's about. He knows what he needs to do. And again, the High Priestess is just this. You can see again, it's the same person. It's the same image. It's the same everything. But this one just really stands out. And again, the Empress, it's the same lady. Hair changed, face has changed, her body has changed even. You know, she seems to be a more natural figure here as opposed to that really small waist that she had there. But again, loving all the foliage, loving the animals, everything about it. Even that one, just stunning. Emperor. So do you see what I mean with the Hierophant? This card is phenomenal. And, you know, the fact that we've got that cosmos in the background and the fact that the stained glass window and all the rest of it. But here, it just seems to come out at you. Absolutely awesome. The Lovers. Chariot. Again, you know, as much as this card was one of my favorites, as much as I adored the Strength card, I just love this one even more. That lion there, you know, he looked a bit gummy, like he didn't really have teeth, whereas here, he is just more beautiful. Absolutely exquisite. By the way, there's the CM in case you were looking for it. I missed it on the other cards to show you. The Hermit. Again, was always one of my favorites. Always, it made so much sense and I understood and I resonated with this card. But this one even more so. The fact that we now have the snake here in that figure of 8, in that never ending, in the infinity symbol. And the fact that the snake is heads moving that way just shows that, you know, we are moving in the right direction. The snake is not a threat at all. I love it. But he is able to see more clearly. The Wheel of Fortune. So a couple of changes to this particular card. We've got the animals that have been added. We've got the earth, whereas previously there was no earth. There was no, you know, human, if I can put it. Whereas now we have that earth there so that we know that there is that human connection. We have got the zodiac. We have got the planets. We have got everything there. So it really is the full circle, the full wheel. Justice card has also had a beautiful revamp. I think I'm going to say that about every single card. It's absolutely exquisite. The Hanged Man, you know, and again, we've got the same coloring of clothing, but this one just seems to stand out. It's almost like there's a bit of a 3D effect. It really is just phenomenal. How is that? How gorgeous is that Death card? You know, it's one of the... But if it didn't have the word death, it wouldn't actually frighten anybody who didn't know. So if you read for others, if you are somebody who does public readings or readings for clients, you know, everybody's always afraid of the death card. But in all my years of reading with this particular deck, until they read those words, they were never afraid of it. Customers weren't afraid because they didn't understand the symbology. So it didn't immediately jump out of them and go, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. You know, nobody panicked when they saw this. And even though it's the skull, even though it's dark with all the black, but this beautiful coloring, purple and whites and grays around it, the horse, you know, the rose, everything that's there is just stunning. Temperance. I love how he's brought all the colors in here. You know, previously she was orange. Previously she just had that orange covering. Whereas now we have got all the colors of the rainbow, which is stunning. We've still got our fire and water, which I really do absolutely love. So the Devil, I have always loved this Devil card because wow, I'm just going to leave it at there. But now it's even more wow because he is just so much clearer. You know, here he was fading into the flames. He was fading into the firework, whereas here he is just so prominent and he is just so gorgeous. And I love the fact that he's got his, I want to say his puppets. He's in control. He's making them do what he wants them to do. So the energy and the element of the Devil energy is really coming through there. Tower card, stunning. Loving the crown at the top. Okay, you see the crown there? And we have got the body. There's one body falling, one body falling. It is absolutely stunning. There's the CM, by the way. Sorry, I keep forgetting to show you. The Star card. I mean, this one was exquisite. This one was perfect. I mean, it really is. And he's taken it to a whole nother level. Let's see if anybody can find the CM. I'm also looking because I can't remember. Where is the CM? Let's bring it a bit closer. Will the camera focus? There it is. Okay, so we got the Star card. The Moon card, there's nothing much more that we could say about the Moon card. It is just, I love how he's replaced the moon inside the sphere to the earth. Okay, so that also makes it more, I'm going to say more human, makes it more down to earth, makes it more connected to our human reality, which I thought was quite interesting. The other change is the dog and the wolf. Okay, they were black previously and now he's made them more natural colors, if I can call it that. The crab as well, a more, I want to say more natural looking crab, not that that crustacean wasn't natural. I'm trying to find his initials and I'm not seeing it, but let's not waste time on that. I'm sure it'll jump out at me. No, it's not jumping. Then we have this beautiful Sun card. And again, he's just reworked all the planets. He's just put more color, more vibrancy into them. The background color of the cosmos, everything is just exquisite. I'm going to be repeating myself for every card, so I'm just going to flip. And our last of the major arcana is the World card. I love how we now have the animals in each corner, which is traditional Rider-Waite, that we normally have the animals in the corner, whereas here we didn't have it in the old one. She is just even more beautiful and everything. Okay. Oh, I have got mine somehow all jumbled up. All right, well, we don't want to really do the comparison anymore, so I'm going to push those aside. Let's bring these to the center, and let's just flip through these to give you what they look like. So, oh gosh, sorry guys, I am all over the place. So we do the Ace of Wands. He's added so much more detail to the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, the path was quite clear. And then, you know, here we have all sorts of animals that have been added. I'm loving the sky, loving the birds, the mountain range. So Three of Wands. Four of Wands. I love that one. Five of the Chaos. The Six. So there's almost like there's a light shining on them. So the people standing here are sort of in the dark, if I can say, and the light is definitely there, which is amazing. And again, the light coming from behind him. So even though he feels like he's backed in a corner, he's got that support behind him. Look at the shadows in front of him as well. So he needs to know that somebody's got his back. He needs to know that there's somebody behind him who supports him through it. Our Eight of Wands. The sheep is still grazing. Nine of Wands. Love it. I love how his wands are shorter. You know, that they're not as long, they're not as big, they're not as you know, heavy. They are still heavy. It is still a burden that he's carrying, but I'm loving the fact that they are shorter than I seem to remember them being previously. Then on to the cups. So that was the 10, and now we're on to the cups. So we have the Ace of Cups, and that eye is just so natural, so human, so beautiful, just all-seeing. Love the Two of Cups. Again, the ladies have been modernized. They've been brought more to the front. You know, they are just so much more vibrant, and they are just so much more the focal point. Cup runneth over. All of that is still there. The waters are still so still, but the emphasis is more on the dancing ladies than anything else. I love how he's got his journal now. He's writing. We've got the cups there. You know, he's not really interested in that. But now for this time around, he actually seems to be looking at the offering. He actually seems to be noticing what's been brought to him. I'm loving the addition of the, I'm going to call them the magic mushrooms. Five of Cups. Feeling very sad and sorry for himself. Love, love, love sunflowers. Sunflowers are my absolute favorite. Love the kitty cat. Where's the puppy? Wasn't there a puppy before? We've got little mice. We've got bunny rabbits. He's got a frog. We've got the butterflies. Kitty cat. So happiness and joy. Love what he's done with the Seven of Cups. Again, he's just updated, if I can say, the items inside the cups. Okay, just to bring a little bit more to it. Eight of Cups. I love this man. His smile, his face. 10 of Cups. And again, the colors just are phenomenal. They just jump. Right, let's speed this up a little bit. Ace of Swords. So the Two of Swords has changed quite a bit. So here we have wings covering the eyes, which is quite nice. There is something on the third eye. I said I was speeding this up. But again, we've got the planet there to symbolize the human, to symbolize the earth energies and the earth lessons. But yeah, I love, and the purple is just stunning. The fire that comes out of this, the energy that's bursting from behind the heart center is just phenomenal. Love that. Again, look at the colors. Look at the vibrancy. Absolutely stunning. All the bright colors and the lights. we have the fox. The sly fox. I love how we can even see reflections in the floor. I love that Eight of Swords. I love how she's not standing on the earth, how she just seems to be floating in the sky, but she's on a bit of a cloud. So it just goes to show that it's not real. Nine of Swords. You can see the owl coming in. 10 of Swords. I've always loved how his 10 of Swords never actually pierced the body. You know, that is one of the things that I really do love about the Gilded Tarot, is the fact that none of the swords are piercing the body, which is absolutely awesome. Then we go on to the Ace of Pentacles. 2. 3 of Pentacles. And again, just look at those colors. Just look at those colors. 4 of Pentacles. This is a different one. Okay, he's changed this one quite a bit. So in the previous one was, you know, him sitting and clutching. He was holding all his pentacles. I want to see if I can find it very quickly. So your previous one, he was clutching. Here it is. He was clutching his pentacles, you know, holding them as close to his heart as he can, as he could. Whereas now he's got them in the box, and he's trusting. He's opening his box. He's allowing people to see his box, to see the contents of his box, but he's still ready to push it closed at any moment. So I like that. I love that 5 of Pentacles. You know, it doesn't look as sad and you know, as it used to be. 6 of Pentacles. Again, I love these reds and purples. My favorite card, 7 of Pentacles. Love how we have the cows in the background. 8 of Pentacles. Candles are burning so bright. 9 of Pentacles. I love her expression on her face. You know, she's very confident and very sure of herself. She's enjoying her lush. She's enjoying her abundance. She's enjoying everything that life has to offer her. And then 10 of Pentacles. We've still got our little mice. Right, so that was all the minors, and then now we go on to the court card. So when the deck was packed, that's how they did it. They did the majors, the minors, and then the courts. So we're going to look at all the pages, all the knights, and so on. So he has changed these quite a bit, the colors. Again, we've got addition of animals that have come through, because previously we didn't have all of those. Here we've got the seahorses for the cups, just to show you the water element, the emotional element. Bluebirds. Look at his face again. You know, he's so determined. He's so focused. Let's just see if it'll zoom. Can you see that? He is so determined and so focused. The birds are resting on his sword, and even his stance. You know, he's quite sure-footed and you're comfortable with himself. And doesn't he? Oh, sorry, you're not in focus. Isn't he just the cutest little thing? He looks so innocent. He looks so naive. You know, this disc is a little bit too big for him, but we have this beautiful show-off peacock. Our knights, we're still on the horses. I love the volcano exploding. It shows that, you know, action has happened. Something that we are, there's no time to think. There's no time to ponder. It's a time of movement now. Look at that horse. The birds. Stunning. Cups. Look at the eagle. Okay. And our pentacles, squirrel. I love how the horse has got the symbol, you know, the element symbol in its clothing. So the queens, again, a little couple of changes. We've got a doggy added for the Queen of Wands. She does look like she is the Queen of Wands. I'm going to leave it at that. Our cups, look at her puppies. Aren't they cute? And our Queen of Swords has got the kitty cat and all the doves. And our pentacles, of course, has got the peacock. And then finally, we have our kings. So sitting in their chairs are very strong and very sturdy. The posture, the body posture is the same as the previous deck. There hasn't been any change there. Our King of Cups has got the seahorses that have been added. The swords, just look at his mighty throne. And finally, our pentacles. So that is the new Gilded Tarot Royale. They added Royale to the name, but it is the Gilded Tarot. Absolutely stunning. The cardstock is amazing. You know, I'm one of those that I like a small deck. I like a deck that's not huge, because I have small hands and I also have arthritis, so shuffling and holding big cards is a problem for me. But this deck size is absolutely perfect. They hand over shuffle really, really well. As you can see, there's no issues with it. And I'm going to, whoops, I'm always such a bad shuffler. Let's try and do a riffle and see how they go. I have not shuffled this deck before. This is my absolute first time. How gorgeous is that? So to me, this cardstock, the card sizes, everything is, and they bridge beautifully as well. So let's give it one more shuffle, and then we'll draw a card. Oh gosh, my arthritis fingers jamming up. So they shuffle really well. I love the coloring. I love the layout. I love the rework. I love everything about these cards. Let's draw a card and see what is the first card of this deck that I draw today. King of Pentacles. I absolutely love it. So friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my walkthrough of all the Gilded Tarots that I have, all 3 of them. And if you do want to get yourself this deck, those of you in South Africa, I will put a loot link below for you. Otherwise, you can go off to Amazon. They are available absolutely everywhere. And it's not an expensive deck. It really is an inexpensive deck. Even this one that is still available, this was one in my tarot workshops. I always suggested everybody get this deck to learn from, the Easy Tarot, because the book itself is so great, the cards itself are so great, and it was very inexpensive. But this deck itself now is also incredibly inexpensive. So go and get yourself Gilded Tarot and join the Gilded Tarot family. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Take care.